Hi everybody, it's Jen here doing my November Victoria Marie Design Team Challenge for you. This month, because of the US Thanksgiving, we are teaming up. So I am teaming up with the lovely Hannah, and we decided to do a challenge that we thought would be fun, was to do a layout about what TV family is your family the most like, or even, you know, TV person that you are the most like. So when I was thinking about doing this, you know, I wanted the layout to be fun, and I was trying to think of what TV family. And so to pick something, what I did is I went online to one of those quizzes, and I ended up getting Gilmore Girls, and I thought that was really weird because you know, it's a show about a single mom and a daughter, and I'm married and I have two boys, and you know, they're not even the age yet that you know, when the show Gilmore Girls started, you know, my boys aren't even that old yet. But when I read through the description, I thought it made sense. So when I get closer to the end, I'll sort of explain that a little bit more. But because I wanted to make this fun, I just went through online to find a picture that I could use for this, and I happened to find this one. I think it's probably a fan-made one, but the colors I thought were really pretty, and then I found this Amy Tangerine Finders Keepers paper, and then I just built from there, just using the colors from that background. I did have sort of an inspiration layout that I looked at when I started, more that it was just sort of an 8.5 by 11 sheet on top of a 12 by 12, and then after that I went off more on my own than really following it, but I probably should have showed that here, so I did take that from Pinterest. So here I'm just creating some layers behind my photo. I wanted to leave a whole lot of room on the bottom to journal on it, so while there's lots of white space now, there doesn't end up being a whole ton of white space. And I really just let myself go and play with this layout. So you know, I just kind of grabbed things out of my stash. You know, I'd look up and I'd see it, or I'd flip, and so I just really let myself just kind of go with it and not question it too much. So here I have the basic layers down, and then I just decided I felt like it needed something to ground it on the bottom, and I thought black would be good for that. So I had just stopped the camera for a sec and grabbed my black washi tapes out, and I just used this polka dot one. Sorry, can't talk today apparently. And I put that on a bit of an angle too, as I had put that white cardstock on a bit of an angle. I also did the Gilmore Girls, the first layer, on an angle as well, just to kind of put it on an angle, but then everything kind of evens itself out, if that makes sense. The next thing I knew I wanted to do was have a black title, and I have these really awesome, cool scripty word thickers, and so I wanted to use those too. So I just went through them and just randomly found words that I thought would work, because it already had Gilmore Girls on the photo. So I just, you know, as I said, I just went for it. So I used together, and then I used my crew to kind of explain what this layout is about. The first thing that I had spotted when I started looking at embellishments was those pink fresh, really cool wood veneers, and so I put those in 3 places. And so usually I do embellish in 3 places. For some reason I end up embellishing in 5 on this layout, but again, it was just sort of like I let myself go for it, so that's what I did. These are Chamel word stickers or phrase stickers from her first collection, and I am futzing around with them because I didn't want white letters, blue letters, and yet I somehow forgot that, so I have to rearrange them like 3 times. But all I was trying to do is just get the blue letters in the middle, because I just thought that looked better than having the 2 white ones beside each other. But I don't know why I had to keep pulling them up, but I did. Here I am just using the edge my fingers to roll up, like, and distress the edge of that paper. I just felt like it needed a little bit more to pull it up from the edge. And I did I think I used a little bit of distress ink on the edge. Did I? Yeah, I think I did. I'm just looking at the layout. I think I did, but I just wanted a little bit more. And then I was just flipping, and whatever was on that book ring where the pink fresh wood veneers are, I happened to spot these rub-ons. And the first one that I spotted was that "You Are So Loved," and I really liked that. And so just pulled them out, and again I just started going for it. So I put that one down there, and I put a stitched one up at the top, and then I don't know, I started moving them around, and then it ended up over there. So okay, fine, I guess I'm going to do some more embellishment on this spot. So add that rub on there, and I'm not typically a rub on girl, I don't like them very much, but these ones in particular are quite easy to get on without a whole ton of rubbing and ridiculousness and, you know, lifting and putting it back down and rubbing some more. So these ones I've actually used quite a bit. So then the stitching ended up going down there at the bottom. I think I was finally realizing, okay, how many spots of embellishment do I want to have here? So I just put that down at the bottom where that little wood heart is going to live. And then I was looking at putting a couple more, or at least one more. Try to do my embellishments in groups of 3s or odd numbers anyways. And then I found this one right here that says "You Will Forever Be My Always," and I just thought there was the perfect spot for it right there. So all of a sudden I am now going from 4 embellishment spots to 5. I think I pull it off. You can certainly feel free to tell me if you think I did or I didn't pull it off, but I really just gave myself permission to have fun with this layout. This is going to be a layout that probably just goes into my personal album rather than into the family albums. Not because I don't think it makes sense, but just because it was more one I just did for fun for me. And I can certainly let my family have a look at it. But yeah, this was, and I really love Gilmore Girls. I kind of binged watched it on Netflix last year, right around this time too. So now it's making me want to do it again. So while I'm doing my journaling there, I just wrote down that I did one of these quizzes, as I had told you, and I got this, and I thought, oh, that's really weird, and for the reasons I told you. And then I read the description, and I'll just read the rest of it here. Basically, it was, they stick together through thick and thin. Any problem can be solved by talking it out. Hugs always help. Sometimes life sucks. Give yourself some wallowing time, and then you need to buck up and face it or solve your problem. A good base means coming home is always nice. So yeah, even though we are nothing physically like the Gilmore Girls, if you've ever watched that show, and lots of that is my own words just from reading their description, yeah, like the family base, the family unit that they were definitely makes sense for how we are trying to raise our kids and how we are trying to be a family. So I thought in the end it actually did make sense that we're like the Gilmore Girls. So yeah, so here I'm finishing up my embellishing. I pulled out some gold hearts. Again, I'm trying to use them in 3 places around to try to balance out my crazy 5 embellishment spots on this layout. I'm just going through my wood veneer, and I pulled out a little wood heart for some reason, because it totally doesn't, there is no other wood like that other than the Pink Fresh one, but I just needed something there, so it ended up there. I'm looking at it now. I wish I had found something black to go there, like even just a black enamel dot. And I may, now that I'm thinking that, I may go back and change it. We'll see. Sometimes when layouts are done, I just say they're done and I walk away, but other times you just look at it long enough when something's bothering you a little bit and you get some inspiration. So I was looking for something up on the top there, and I found these really old metal clips. I think they're basic gray from the looks of the packaging, and instead of using it as a clip, I just use it as a word, and I've tucked it underneath and just stuck it down with some tape runner, and it seems to be sticking just fine. Now I'm going through some other, these are some puffy stickers. I noticed there was some teeny tiny little flowers, which actually looked pretty close to the flowers in the background paper, which, by the way, that background paper is super cool. So I love the fact that I used it in such a big way on this layout. I think to me that's my favorite part of this, and how well it matches with the picture. So I'm using these little puffy flowers. They're really teeny, like hopefully there's a close-up where you can see them better, but they're really cute and really similar to the flowers on the background. So I use those in 3 places as well. And then I just happen to have these really random, I think they're Dear Lizzie embellishments. I had those 2 circles left over. These are pretty old, and so I just tucked them in behind for a little bit more color and sort of emphasis on those spots, kind of pull your eye to the photo, and honestly just to use them. Like, they've been sitting there for so long, and the gray and the blue happen to mostly match, so there you go. The last thing I did on this layout, or second to last I should say, is add some enamel dots. So on this one here, I'm gonna switch it up in a minute, and I think actually I may have ended up putting 4, no I didn't, of those little flowers. I'm gonna move one of the little flowers from where it was. Oh no, I do have 4 of those little flowers. Sorry, I'm looking at my layout. I forgot what I did. Oh, I remember what happens. It's okay. We'll see. I actually just find it and stick it down. Like, it was underneath my layout. It could come off of the little backing, and so I decided to put it there. So I'm going to futz with that a lot. I still don't like how that looks, but I felt like I needed to have 3 things there, and I just couldn't get that enamel dot to sit in a way that I liked. So it's just staying like that now. Picking out colors, just sort of seeing what contrast. So I'm just right there, I just tried like 4 different colors out to see which one I liked, and I'm good. The other thing that I put on there, and I must have been yabbering away and missed it, was it's like a rubber charm thing from Pink Fresh that says "Be Yourself," which I thought was another sort of good thing that you get from the Gilmore Girls, is that you have to be yourself. And that is some gold Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and I've just walked away for a second to go grab a tissue, because I just find if you kind of take the edge of it on spots where the mist is kind of heavy in the droplet, and just take a little bit of the extra, you don't get that sort of halo effect around the droplets. Although I am finding this is a newer bottle, so the bottle that I just finished was like the original bottle when it first came out. This is a newer bottle. I'm finding it's not doing that as badly. So there's some close-ups, and that's it. So I hope that you will check out Hannah's layout and video, and I hope you enjoyed this kind of crazy layout for me, and that you will enjoy this challenge. So I'll see you guys again next month. Bye!